I need 4 people for an advice panel. You're gonna sit on a stool. There you go. Anywhere you want. I will. It's kind of weird. I'll let you ask for whatever you want, and I'll explain the game.
Okay.
So,
how about you guys give me an occupation?
an occupation.
Shout it out.
Guardian of the Galaxy.
Guardian of the Galaxy. Guardian of the Galaxy. Go ahead.
Movie character?
A movie character. It's good, go ugly. Here we go.
I will also take an occupation.
Occupation.
A knight.
A knight.
A random person.
Random person you know. Who is it? A random person you know. That you can explain. Who is a random person that you can explain for just a second? Like, give me three words about them.
Margaret Washington always wears everything that matches.
You're Margaret Washington.
It's really true
That wears everything that
Very
matches.
nice.
Okay, what we have here, this is amazing. You guys are so privileged. This is an advice panel we've brought in. They're experts on every subject, and they're going to answer any questions you guys have. But first, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So who do we have down here?
Hi, I'm a Guardian of the Galaxy. I'm Star-Lord, and I just like doing what I love. Shooting things, getting paid well in movies, that sort of thing. And yeah, that's just who I am.
And who do you have down next to
Star-Lord.
Yeah, Star-Lord.
Hey there, I'm Deadpool. I kill people for a living. I've got cancer. It's everywhere. I can heal from anything. I'm cool. Just please love me.
Okay. Who do we have next?
I am Sir Adrian, the Gallant Knight.
Okay. And who do you have at the end?
I'm Margaret Washington. George Washington's wife, obviously. And I love to match, but right now I'm not matching. It makes me really angry.
Okay. For our panel, does anyone have any life questions or burning questions that you've always wanted to know about, or even just something in your life that you need advice on? Anybody? Yeah.
When you're retired, what's a good place to live?
Okay. Where should you go when you retire, Star-Lord?
Yeah, so what I think a great place to go when you're retired is so for example, if you have a supervillain who's constantly trying to destroy your endeavors, what you should do is utterly ruin him and then live in his house, basically. You keep him there and you allow him to just sort of sit there and do what he wants. And so he'll be like, I am, Jim the Destroyer. You'll be like, nope, you're getting me coffee in the morning. Yeah, that's my
Okay. Deadpool?
Well, instead of just taking your retirement money, you should kill your boss, take all his money, buy some exotic resort, and then just kill people for a living. It's fun. It's great.
We're never doing this again. Who do we have next to you?
So before you retire, you need to first be abducted by some villain and then have a gallant knight rescue. And after that, you can live peacefully in a castle.
Okay. Mark?
So what you want to do is you want to move to Virginia, even if you live there already. And you have your president, your husband become president, because he's the leader of the revolution, obviously. And then you want to go to a shop and buy matching dresses. Okay. That's making me really mad right now.
Okay, Margaret, take a chill. Anybody have another question? What do you got back there?
How do I catch every Pokemon out there?
This guy has a great question. He wants to catch every Pokemon. How's he going to get that done?
Yeah, so what I would do is I would set up an ambush using science fiction-y electric snares. And then as they stumble into them, you can just sort of grab them. Alternatively, you could, get the new app that's going around Pokemon Go and just walk a lot and be diligent about it. Either way, I'm probably just going to use my jetpack instead because I'm a lazy man.
Deadpool?
Well, I would get the actor T.J. Miller to track down every single Pokemon, oh Jesus, and then beat them senselessly until they have no defenses, and then just catch them.
Catching every Pokemon. What a nightmare. So, however, I've heard mention these weird gadgets,
Margaret?
So, I don't know what these Pokemons are, because 1700s. What I can tell you is these Pokemon things live in a ball. That's all I know, that's all I can think of, and get yourself a matching dress. Or matching shirt, whatever you want, and live in Virginia.
I'm sure there's some there. One last question. Anybody got to? What do you got?
What is the worst possible thing that could ever happen to you?
What's the worst thing that's ever happened?
The worst thing that's ever happened to me. Well, when I was very young, I was abducted from my home planet by a bunch of aliens and forcibly conscripted into their gang of, galaxy-trotting fiends. But I've managed to reinvent myself and become a guardian of the galaxy, with my crew. And so, I guess actually, it turns out it wasn't such a bad thing being, kidnapped.
Wow, that's actually a really nice life lesson. That cool?
First thing that happened to me.
Okay, let's start with
He knows. Okay, so first off, I got cancer, and it spread to my whole body, and then I got to get drafted into the Weapon X program, where they gave me a healing factor, which kept the cancer in my body, and then completely tortured me every single day by stabbing me, shooting me, and I survived all of it. Not good stuff. Don't do that.
just before we shut down.
Probably the worst thing that happened to me was I was trying to rescue a princess and I got attacked by a dragon. Got a couple scars.
Okay.
I do not wish to speak further about this traumatic event.
Margaret, the worst thing that happened to me is right now, not matching at all. Oh my God, it's killing me.
Next time.